Now, next, let's talk about the leverage. And this is a very important term to understand. Leverage is a financial tool that allows for investors to increase their investment capacity. It is a loan given to the investor by the broker. And I just want to stop right here just to demonstrate the word of loan in here. It's not like that the brokerage company will give you or will send you, cash money to your bank account. Because if that happens, I don't even need to trade. I'm going to just withdraw the money and send thank you letter. That's pretty much it. So this is not the case. I'm just going to again demonstrate it way much better in a simple example later on. The leverage is usually equal to 50 to 1, 100 to 1, or 200 to 1. It depends on the broker that you are dealing with. So 200 to 1, for example, it means that for every dollar that the brokerage company could give you 200 times for each dollar that you have in your account. 100 to 1 means that for every dollar, the brokerage company could give you 100 times that. 50 to 1, again, same thing. The brokerage company could give you 50 times for each dollar that you have put in the account. So this is pretty much it. Now let's understand the concept of leverage first by simple example, and we'll show you next how does it work in the Forex market. Let's say that I want to buy an apartment or a house, and this house, all right, worth around $100,000. You see, I don't have $100,000. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the bank, and the bank will say, okay, the house is yours, but you need to put a deposit first, 20%, for example, 20% of the cost of the house, and 20% out of 100,000 is equal to $20,000. So my status now is that I own a house that is worth $100,000 by only depositing $20,000. So the leverage here in this example is 5 to 1, whereas the 1 represents the $20,000 that I have deposited, and the 5 here represents the value. What did I actually buy with the $20,000? So what did I buy with $20,000? $20,000. I bought a house that is worth $100,000. All right. So this is my status. Now let's continue with this example. Let's say that after a year, the value of the property increased by 50%. So the property value now is worth $150,000. Let's say that I want to sell at this price. What is my net profit? My net profit, as you can see here, is going to be $50,000. All right. Now let's take another example. Let's say that I already have $20,000. I don't want to go to the bank. I don't want to make things complicated. I just want to buy me a small apartment or small room or small studio that is worth $20,000. So let's say that I have found a studio that is worth $20,000, for example. In this case, the leverage that I have used in here is equal to 1 to 1. Whereas the 1, again, represents the $20,000 that actually put or bought the property. And the other 1 is equals to the value, or represents the value of what did I buy with the $20,000. And because of the studio, it's the same value, so this is 1 to 1 leverage. Let's say again I decided to sell after prices increased by 50%. So after the increasement, the property here is going to equal to $30,000. If I sold at $30,000, the net profit would be $10,000. So notice in this slide that when I used the leverage 5 to 1, it gave me profit 5 times more when I didn't use any leverage at all. And this is the benefit of the leverage. However, this is only the bright side of the leverage. You need to understand that this same amount of money the same amount of profit that you may gain, it's the same amount that you might lose. That's why we call it two-edged weapon when we talk about the leverage, and you need to be careful when you use the leverage in general. I highly recommend do not trade with high leverage, especially for beginners at first. Trade with mini and micro lots till you get used to the market, and you may switch to a trade with standard lot later on. But however, I highly do not recommend, again, trade with high leverage at first, especially if you don't have any experience with this market.